Hey guys, and welcome back. To get all of our college football picks against the spread for this week's action, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel to continue to get all of our college football pick video plays. Heading into Friday's action, actually a couple of interesting matchups on the board with two very highly ranked teams going on the road in their respective conferences, with Clemson going on to take Syracuse and then Washington State in the nightcap going on to take Cal out in the Pac-12. We're going to be focusing on this matchup out west between Washington State and Cal. Right now the Cougars sitting at slightly over 2 touchdown favorites at about 15 points, with the over-under sitting at 54. We're going to be talking about this spread and who we think is going to have the better value here, taking that 15-point spread into consideration. So the road team today, the Washington State Cougars, they've gotten off to a very nice start this year, standing 6-0 overall with their better wins coming against the likes of USC, Boise State, and in their last outing on the road against Oregon. Very impressive defensive performance there from the Cougars. Were able to limit what the Ducks were able to do offensively, going on to win that one by a final of 33-10. And what separated this Washington State squad from the Cougars teams that we've seen in recent years that have also had a lot of success is this group didn't stub their toe back during the non-conference, taking care of business, beating teams like Montana State as well as Boise State and Nevada, and not losing to FCS opponents like we've seen Washington State do in recent years. Just the unthinkable situations that they've been in with those. But now going back-to-back on the road, coming off of a really nice win at Oregon, but going back-to-back on the road, never easy, especially in the Pac-12. Washington State, they're a group that has had a lot of success, again, through their pass attack. Always what you expect from a Mike Leach team. They rank third in all the nation in total passing, compared to 126th in rushing, but 18th in total scoring average. And their defense has also just been tremendous this year and taken a big step in the right direction. They've ranked 23rd in all of football in total points against, so another very impressive number there from the Cougars in their last outing against Oregon. Luke Falk, again, very impressive there in the pass game without making many mistakes as he went on to throw for 282 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, while the ground game added 87 yards on 25 carries. But then defensively, against an Oregon offense that can really get going and put up some big numbers, they gave up just 145 passing yards and 132 rushing yards. So great defensive work there from the Cougars. The home team today, the Cal Golden Bears, they've gone in a different direction with the head coaching hire that they've made, a little bit more defensive-minded and not playing quite as fast-paced as they had in recent years under Sonny Dykes. This group opened the year 3-0 with some nice out-of-conference wins coming against North Carolina and Ole Miss. However, the Golden Bears, they've receded a little bit in Pac-12 play. They're 0-3 thus far, with defeats coming against USC, which was a competitive home loss, and then losing on the road against Oregon and on the road against Washington in back-to-back weeks in rather significant fashion. So not looking great on the road in those two defeats. But again, remembering back to their one home conference game, it was just a 10-point loss against USC in what was a very competitive matchup. And they also have a home win against Ole Miss under their belts as well. This is a Cal team on the year that really hasn't been great necessarily on either side of the ball, which you would expect from a team that's 0-3 in conference, but offensively ranking 100th in the nation in scoring average at 24.3 points per game, and then 90th in total team defense at 29.8 points. So we've seen Cal recede in terms of what they're able to do offensively, but we have seen some signs of improvement defensively. Well, at the very least, you'd think they have a puncher's chance at competing well enough and maybe playing more off of their defense in a potential situation to at least get the cover, and maybe if not, compete with Washington State straight up if the Cougars aren't able to bring in the same kind of focus and intensity that we've seen out of them in recent weeks. In that loss against Washington on the road in their last outing, Cal really struggled offensively. Their defense was somewhat respectable in the outing, being put in really bad positions time and time again, but giving up 215 yards to the air, 162 yards on the ground. And heading into this one, typically Pac-12 games, it's not a surprise to see really high-scoring affairs, but given what we've been seeing out of especially Washington State's defense, and also how Cal has kind of changed things up a bit in their philosophy, wouldn't be surprised to see this one slightly lower scoring than what we've typically come out to see out of these two programs over recent years. And with that being the case, that gives these points probably a little bit more value. And behind their home field advantage on this Friday night game, probably going to be getting a lot of support there. We do feel like Cal getting these 15 points is going to be the better value play against the spread. You just have to go back a few weeks, and you can see Cal won at home against Ole Miss. That's not a great Ole Miss team, but still nonetheless a respectable result there from the Golden Bears. And then also competing blow for blow at home with USC. This has just been a Cal squad that's been a lot better at home than they've shown on the road. So that's going to be our play for today's video, guys, siding with the Cal Golden Bears with the plus 15 points as our better value bet. And again, to get all of our college football picks against the spread for this week's action, you can check those out over at stumpthespread.com, linked in the video description, and be sure to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. So thanks for stopping on in. We hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.